What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jay and I am your expat's favorite expat, currently living here in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. And today we're going to talk about that question that sits atop everybody's mind and that I always get asked. And that is Santo Domingo safe for tourists, or is it safe for people who want to move abroad and live here in Santo Domingo? So today we're going to answer that question. So without further ado, let's get into it. Because let's be honest, when you search YouTube or TikTok, you get two different extremes. It's either a place where coconut water replaces your worries, or it's chaos where every corner is a crime documentary waiting to happen. So today, the truth will come out. No sugarcoating, no fear-mongering, just real talk from someone who lives here every single day. We're going to strip back the rumors and give you the real experience of living here in Santo Domingo. What is safe, what is sketchy, and how to enjoy every single thing that this city has to offer. So grab your sunscreen and some of that curiosity and let's dig into the truth. First things first. Santo Domingo is not a beach town by far. It is a major metropolitan city sitting here in the Caribbean with over 4 million residents. You would not walk around New York City at 2 a.m. in the morning twirling your cell phone like it's a disco ball. You keep that same energy here. And in some parts of the city, you have wealth and poverty living side by side. And just like any other big city, it comes with big energy and sometimes and occasionally big risks. Petty crime is the most common issue here. Phone snatching, pickpocketing, bag grabbing, things that happen really quickly while you're distracted and looking like the star in your own vacation movie. Don't be distracted by the sunshine and the bachata music following you everywhere. Yes, violent crime does exist here, but it rarely targets tourists. But what you hear on these news outlets tend to focus on the most dramatic cases. Now, those moments make great headlines, but they don't represent the daily experience of millions of locals and tourists who visit Santo Domingo without any incident. And you have to keep in mind, Dominican Republic receives about 10 million visitors per year. If it was that dangerous, why would so many people still come? And the vast majority of those 10 million people, guess what they leave with? Great memories and a little sunburn. So let's talk about some of the places that you as a tourist or someone who's living here would most likely explore when coming to Santo Domingo. Number one and the most popular is Zona Colonial, which is the oldest European settlement here in the Americas. It's full of cafes, plaza, and it has a lot of history in that particular area. When you go to Zona Colonial, the police are visible. You see security cameras. It's a lot of foot traffic in this particular area. During the day, you can walk freely around Zona Colonial with comfort. But at night, not saying you can't, but I recommend you stay in the lively areas where the entertainment and music is. Now, a lot of people who do come here, they stay in Zona Colonial. But the next area a lot of people stay when they come here is Piantini and Naco. Think of high rises, modern malls, rooftop lounges, and locals who smell like fancy perfume. Piantini and Naco is business and nightlife heaven. It's safe, it's stylish, and very sociable. You guys know these two areas are my favorite areas to hang out in. It's Piantini and Naco. The next place a lot of people stay because it's in close proximity to Zona Colonial is Gasquay. It's in a central location, has a lot of medical offices, schools, and plenty of landmarks. Walking is fine during the day, but at night, use a ride. And I would say that about most of Santo Domingo. I feel comfortable walking around Santo Domingo in the daytime pretty much anywhere. But it's just at night where I don't feel comfortable walking around. And it's not just Santo Domingo. I wouldn't walk around at night anywhere. Even in the United States, I just wouldn't. I just don't feel comfortable at night walking around anywhere. I know some people will say, but you could do it in Japan. I don't give a damn where I'm at. I don't want to walk around at night nowhere. I don't care how safe it is, how dangerous it is. I don't want to walk around at night, period. And the next place where a lot of people visit and stay because it's a lot of hotels on that particular strip, and that's the Malecon. There's miles and miles of ocean view. You can take your kids over there for fun. In the daytime, it's wonderful. In the early evening, it's still active. But when that crowd thins out, You want to call an Uber. You don't want to walk the Malecon at night by yourself. In all these areas, just stay where the people are. This city moves in clusters. All you got to do is stay with the cluster. And the funny thing is, on Sundays, I will get out and I'll walk around to the grocery store or something like that. And everybody knows, or most people who know Santo Domingo, they know that on Sundays, certain areas of the city is like a ghost town, especially over here in Piantini and Naco. And I'm gonna tell you, I feel more uncomfortable walking on the streets when nobody else is walking than during the week where there's a whole bunch of people walking. I just blend right in. So that's what I mean when I say the city moves in clusters. You just join the cluster. So let me give you some survival tips so you don't accidentally nominate yourself for the Easy Target Awards. Don't show off your valuables like you're on a runway. Phones, fancy jewelry, cameras, use them with awareness. I get people who ask me, hey, is it okay if I wear my jewelry over here? Of course you can wear your jewelry. But if you're getting into your car and you're driving somewhere and you're getting out at your car at the mall or at a restaurant, it's fine. But if you're gonna hop in an Uber maybe, I don't know if I'll have it in an Uber, just depend on. You may wanna tuck it in like you think Debo coming, untuck it when you get out. But definitely I wouldn't walk the streets with my jewelry on. Anytime I'm walking on the street, I don't have anything. I don't have a watch, I don't have any jewelry. Matter of fact, I'm bumming when I'm walking. Just put it like that, I'm bumming when I'm walking. It's like when you see me, you're not gonna even think I got any money on me. Because just as I bum me, I'm looking when I'm walking in the streets. And it's not because I have to, because you don't have to do that. It's totally up to you. But I prefer not to look like a target when I'm out in the streets. That's all. Because when I'm walking, I see other people dressed nice while they're walking. That's just me, that's my preference. Because I know people will say, well, if you got to do all of that, why would I want to stay? I'm not saying you have to do all that, because you don't. That's just what I do. I want to make sure I fly below the radar. That's all. Another thing, don't walk in unfamiliar areas after dark. You do not need to test your bravery on vacation. And I know a lot of you guys think you're tough, but listen, this is not a place for you to be tough. I tell you all the time, nobody cares how tough you were back in the projects. Nobody cares. Your safety is important. Getting back to your family in the States or wherever they're from is the most important thing, not your bravery. Also, avoid hopping on random moto taxis. Don't just hop on any moto concho, because this guys that be riding around and they'll say, oh, you need to ride somewhere? You just hop on the back. No, don't do that. You would know the people who are legit because they wear the green vest, or sometimes the vest is orange, but they have their number and all their ID and all that on their moto concho. Those are the ones you ought to get on unless you know the actual person who is driving the motorcycle. So avoid random moto conchos. Some are great, some are roulette. Stick to your Uber or your in-driver. And the next one is be mindful while you are enjoying the nightlife. Because if somebody is offering you endless drinks and being overly friendly, the real attraction might be your wallet, not you. Because I know people are thinking, well, man, why I gotta do all of that? That just sounds like a place I don't wanna be. When you say it or you hear it the way I'm presenting it, I get it. But here's how I sum it up. You don't have to be paranoid, just be present. That's it. And that's how I operate. I'm not paranoid when I walk on the streets. I'm not doing like this. Or when I go somewhere, I'm not paranoid. I'm just present. That's it. And I think that's just common sense, general rule, no matter where you are. Guys, you got to understand, tourism, foreigners coming here to invest, foreigners coming here to retire is gold to the Dominican Republic economy. So the country takes protecting visitors and foreigners seriously. You may notice when you're in tourist areas, you may see officers who are dressed with dark blue slacks, a white t-shirt, polo style, and a blue hat. Those officers called politur. Those are the tourism police. Their whole entire job is to make you feel safe and supported during your visit or stay here in Dominican Republic. Many of the hotels and restaurants, they have private security, and you'll notice that when you go to places like McDonald's, you'll see a guy there with a shotgun. You know, they hire these private security people to protect their business. Now, I know that kind of looks crazy to a lot of people. When I first came here, it looked weird to me. I wanted to know why the guy is in front of the McDonald's with a shotgun. I needed to know. But now that I live here, I understand. It's just prevention. And at the end of the day, I would rather him have the gun than the person that doesn't have any good intentions to have one. So if something ever feels off to you, you can always approach security, the hotel staff, and they can assist you. Dominicans take hospitality personally. So if you're a guest, they want you to feel safe. So let's talk about how to get around in Santo Domingo. Transportation is where most tourists feel confused. Traffic in Santo Domingo, I'm gonna tell you like this, it has its own personality. It is a spicy adventure, I'm telling you, but it works. The horns, they speak their own language. Drivers, they use their imagination more than they use the road rules. Use rideshare apps whenever possible, because at least it tracks your trip and it offers some type of accountability. Here are some of the rideshare apps that I recommend. Uber, of course, InDriver, and Didi. If you're staying in a hotel, you can also use the private hotel taxis, or you can sometimes use the Metro Rail. It's quick and cheap to travel. It's about 35 to 40 pesos. If you rent a car, make sure you put your patients in the front seat with you, because driving here is a full contact sport for the senses. And another question I get, and it's from the ladies, they want to know if they will be safe here in Santo Domingo. And ladies, you can absolutely feel safe here and enjoy everything Santo Domingo has to offer. Yes, it's safe to explore, shop, dine, yoga, brunch, beach, repeat. Ladies, just know Dominican men are smooth. Their compliments are poetic and persistent. A typical greeting can be something like, "Hola mi amor bella," meaning, "Hello, my beautiful love," or "Hola, ¿cómo está mi cielo?" meaning, "How are you, my heaven?" Listen, you will get attention. If that offends you, this may not be the right place for you. But the flirt is harmless. A confident walk, a polite smile is usually enough, and it's over. Not like in the US where I've seen men get rejected and then the next thing you know, they call in the meat truck for the lady. That doesn't happen here. Not off a rejection. Just stay in the good areas, avoid isolated spots very late at night, and trust your instincts. If something doesn't feel right, just change directions. The city is going to embrace your confidence. So let's talk about something else, scams and tricks to avoid. Scammers are everywhere in the world. They do not discriminate by location. They are not born and bred just here in Dominican Republic. So here are some of the common scams and tricks that you need to watch out for. Strangers offering tours without any paperwork. Now I know they can be much cheaper than the guy that works for a company who gives tours, but at the same time, you can also be gambling with your life. The next one is someone trying to exchange your US dollars on the street for pesos. Don't do it. Go to a well-known place that exchanges money like a Caribbean Tours, Western Union, or a bank. And another one to avoid is taxi drivers quoting tourist prices and don't even have a meter. Don't even get in the car with them. And if you do decide to get in a car with a taxi driver, make sure that you guys agree on the price before he leaves. Before you matter of fact, before you even get in the car, agree on the price. He'll say, "No, we'll talk." No, agree on the price before you get in the car, because if you don't and you arrive to the place that you asked him to take you and he comes with this crazy number, you're going to have to pay it. And another scam and trick to watch out for is people pretending to work for the hotel. Make sure you verify people who are hanging around the hotel saying that they work for them, asking you or telling you that they can take you somewhere off the resort or off the hotel to this party that they know where everybody is having a good time. If they don't work for the hotel, don't trust them. The solution is always confirm that somebody works for a business. Now, here's the part that I love the most. The part that the news never, ever, ever shows. I walk the streets every single day. I go to the banks, I go to the cafes, I go to the mall, and I go to barbershops, and I feel safe. Santo Domingo is full of life. Bottom line is people look out for each other here. Hospitality is not a marketing slogan here. It's the culture. Yeah, there are a few bad apples here, that try to take advantage, who doesn't have your best intentions, but for the most part, the overall culture, the people are genuinely good. And I know some people gonna say the only reason you feel safe is because you stay here, but you need to go over here to this hood and this hood. Man, shut up. Ain't nobody doing that. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I'm not a tough guy, don't wanna be one. I'm gonna do and stay in places where I feel safe. I live here, I shop here. My family enjoys this city every single day. So my final verdict and the big question, is Santo Domingo safe? And the answer is yes. If you use common sense, if you're smart, if you're observant, if you treat this like any major city. No city is perfect, but most people who come to Santo Domingo fall in love with it, just like I did. And many are already starting to plan their return to Santo Domingo even before they leave. Millions of visitors travel here every single year, and you could be one of them. So book that flight, pack your curiosity and your common sense, and get ready to enjoy a city where the culture is vibrant, the food would definitely claim you, and the music, man, it's gonna follow you home. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead, hit that like button, and tell me in the comment section what other safety concerns that you have that maybe I can address. And I also want to let you know, guys, that I have a weekly newsletter. It's called Live Your Best Life Newsletter. If you're into money, self-development, living abroad, perfect newsletter for you. I'm gonna leave that link in the video description below. So until then, remember, always keep your goals at the forefront of your mind. Always live in the present, because that's the only way you're gonna live your best life. And I'm out. Peace.
Je begon aan mijn best life, yeah. Je begon aan mijn best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. Je begon aan mijn best life, yeah. Jumping, flexing, no.